think we are...
We need to get some, like, crazy, like, psychedelic theme music. You know what I mean? Like,
No, we'll just beatbox.
oh, we can do that.
It's all over the place. Look at that. Look at that. That's how we're going to start this video, folks.
Yes, it's spitting all over.
Welcome back to another character level up here for our Dungeons and Dragons Legends of Concordia. I am again joined by Justin,
Hello.
Dungeon Master Extraordinaire, and so this is going to be the second leveling up of the character that we'll be doing. We're going to have episode 3 coming up. I think we're shooting for July 11th.
Yes,
seems like forever away,
yeah,
but
so tentative date, yeah, July 11th. Like, it seems like everybody can work that out. So
yeah, it's not officially confirmed, but that's kind of what we're shooting for at this point. So it's July 11th, which will be the Wednesday, which then means it should be like 5 to 8 o'clock.
yeah.
And that time range is what we'll be doing. And I mean, the reason this one's going to be a little bit longer is because you've got the 4th of July coming up.
Yeah.
We're busy. And,
You have a holiday.
and it's one of the difficult things with trying to plan this is we have so many different people with just completely different schedules trying to figure out when we're all able to be in the same room at the same time to actually do this thing.
You know, it's balancing a game with adulting.
And you'll all notice our fabulous black background. That's because somebody went into our computer, or the computer may have done it itself. I don't know. It may not have been a human being, but all the stuff got deleted. So we're stuck with a black background. I'm okay with it. Are you okay with it?
Sure, it makes us appear like we're more serious than we are.
Yes. And so, like, here we have our level 3.
As we move forward with our experience milestones, we will go forth and level up.
So we had
Oh God,
quick
that was awful.
quick synopsis of our storyline so far. In the first episode, we ran into the KLAQ. We ended up having to get Buzz's teeth back. We found him from Wizbone, the guy that created the created the bike.
You haven't seen the last of Wizbone.
And we have not. Wizbone did get away. We defeated the Chuck E. Cheese monster. And God, what else? And so we've been trying to track down. There's been this like ghostly figure that was taking children.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the main plot points, main storylines, quests that we were trying to figure out is where these children were going and what it was that was taking them. So we ended up at the river, which was dry. It was the Rio Grande, and we battled. It wasn't even really a battle at that point. It was really just kind of a helping the kids get free. But we found out there's something much larger in the midst here. And Justin, you want to take the storyline from
Yeah,
there?
so what they discovered that an evil cult church of death has been using this spiritual entity to capture capture children in order to fuel some more nefarious purpose that has to deal with something that their prisoner revealed to them as a death titan.
Yes.
So they are setting up an ambush for this guy's contacts so that way they can go find out the location of their base of operations. So that's what they're going to be working on.
And we also had our first kind of run-in with Joanna's character. We haven't actually met, so there's been 2 from the show so far. We've had Buzz and Joanna incorporated into Legends of Concordia. We haven't ourselves
met
either of them yet. But Buzz, being the ogre who crashed on the bike, that first quest is we had to go find his teeth. And then Joanna runs a brothel here. In
the Nappy Dugout.
Yes, the Nappy Dugout is where Joanna is where she makes her living.
She's going to be opening up.
Did we find out what she was? Is she a
no,
human?
You haven't really found out about her. Like, you've heard of her.
Okay.
Actually, Hespina has heard of her too because like her family
the brothel
community
intertwined there. Because Buzz actually asked that on the morning show today. Is she an ogre too, or is she? He's complaining the fact that we made him an ogre. So
the buzzsaw arm.
He doesn't see it. He doesn't see it that way. Although it is funny because then we get his really bad Shrek impersonation out.
Oh yeah, we can totally do that.
When he comes out.
I'll have to write that down. Bad Shrek.
So we ended up having some pretty big some battles and also just some other things that were happening in the Legend of Concordia. So now it's time to level up.
Yep.
To level 3, the Human Wizard of Boss Gobar.
Yes.
Which does stand for Death Row. So what's the next step? So we
So
added a couple of spells.
Yeah, so
and
this isn't too hard going from second to third for a wizard,
Mhm.
because second level is really important for you because you get arcane tradition, and that's where you became your evoking specialist, right? Your evocation magic
Yes, so
specialist.
evocation, which is
Cool because you can like sculpt your big blasty spells around your friends, or you can like summon this giant ball of fire into the room and still happen to dodge, Bonar.
that was kind of the reason I designed that one, because knowing me, I would be klutzy enough to just fire off a gigantic fireball, and then not only does it take out the person we're trying to defeat,
Yes.
but also the rest of our group. And quick side note here that I got to think about: do we have a name for the group?
You
Are
haven't
they
yet.
the Legends of Concordia, or? But the Legends of Concordia is. It's like naming something the Elder Scroll. Like, it's not the name of the group or anything. It's kind of the story.
Yeah, it's kind of the story, but you guys should discuss that. Come up with a name. See if you guys want to call yourself something.
I think we might have to do that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's a team name.
So we've got the 4, and we'll level up the other characters before we play on the next
Yes,
time. But this
everyone
one here is
level
really
3.
to kind of show you how to level up. Of course, Justin has the manual here.
The player's
If
handbook,
you-
which is the main thing mine has a cool book cover on it. The main thing you need for Dungeons and Dragons is, of course, a player's handbook. It is the one book that you absolutely necessarily need to
Mhm.
play. Everything else is a little more optional, like your Dungeon Master's Guide. You can run it without it. You can run it without a monster manual. You can just
This is key. Like, this is before you get anything. You need this and dice.
Yes.
Is really what it is.
Mhm.
And I bought my first set of dice, and I found, if you guys haven't seen it here on our YouTube channel, you can go back. You can check out the whole episode that we had previously, episode 2, and when you go back, I found a sweet spot finally, because in the first episode, the rolls were awful. The battle with Wizbone took forever because we were all rolling 1s, 2s, and 3s, and it was awful. But I finally found a sweet spot with my brand new dice. Feeling pretty good about myself. Of course, now that I'm saying that, the next time we play, the dice are going to suck again. So, but anyway. Okay, so what's our first step going from level 2 to level 3?
So first step, you're going to level 3, so your hit points are going to go up. So you're going to be able to take more damage. So we're doing the average here, so you're getting 4 plus your Constitution modifier, so you're going to get 5 more total hit points, bringing your total up to 17.
17.
Now, of course, you're a wizard, so you're a spellcaster. You're not going to be able to take as many hits as like Bonar.
Mhm.
Bonar's a barbarian, so Bonar's getting like 10 hit points a level. You know what I mean? Because you can just take a butt kick.
That's why I stand back.
So that's why you have defensive magic. All right, so that's really huge right now. Your proficiency bonus does not go up, but you are going to get
That is bullshit.
that's going to be it. It will go up on
Really.
level 5. Proficiency bonus goes up on 5. So you're going to get to cast an extra first level spell, so you'll be able to do 4 per day instead of 3. But the big thing for level 2 or for level 3 is you get second level spells. So second level spells are like way better than first level spells because you get.
Let's hear some options.
Let's
start going through some stuff here.
The spells are the super fun part about playing any casting class, like a sorcerer or a warlock. Well, less a warlock because they don't get a lot of spells. But a sorcerer, a cleric, druids, all the characters that use magic, like new spells, is like the best thing ever. So of course, second level wizard fair. You have your first level ones. You have like magic missile, and you have your
So really quick rundown of what I've gotten so far. And obviously, if you haven't played Dungeons and Dragons or anything like this, then this is clearly not going to mean a whole lot to you. But I do have mage armor, which I wrote down here. Armor to 15. Is it +3 then? Is what I was getting with that?
Go to 15, and then you'd add your dexterity.
But I'm up to 17 now.
No, that's hit points.
Oh,
that's not armor.
Oh, armor class 12.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because you're 12 without anything, because that's just your dexterity and just how agile and how you dodge.
Not very tough.
Yeah,
tough guy.
You don't want to get hit.
Kind of a wimp. So then I got shield, magic missile, thunderwave, alarm. Alarm is the one that if we were to stay overnight somewhere and we just wanted to make sure like if anybody's trying to sneak up on us, the alarm will go off. I can set it so that it's silent, so only I hear it. I can set lots of better alarm than your cell phone is really kind of what we're getting at here. The fog cloud. I believe I used fog cloud last time because we were trying to get. I think Hespine was it? No, it wasn't Hespine. It was who was the guy that was at the brothel, and I'm forgetting his name.
Oh, Lothar.
Lothar. Yes. So Lothar. We wanted to keep him away from people, so I put fog all around that dude. Disguise self, obviously, I'm a master of disguise. In case you can't tell,
Like Dana Carvey.
not really. I stick out like a sore thumb, apparently. I do it, especially quick personal side note here. Like on Father's Day, when we're hanging out with the family and stuff, I'm like the only white guy there, and I'm taller than everybody. So when they're taking the picture of everybody, it's which one of these is not like the other, and there's like me standing in the corner in the sun, so it makes my head look even whiter. So I got this guy. So find familiar. I used that one. It was a bat, actually. So that's something that you can utilize to kind of fly around or crawl around, or it can take. It's not a Patronus per se, because Patronus takes the shape of one specific animal, whereas this is kind of whatever I want to create, and it will, as it goes around, I can see through it. I can't do anything while I'm doing that, but I can then see. So if we need to scope something out that's out the way a little bit, I can utilize this find familiar.
My Patronus is Godzilla.
Is it really? The full-size Godzilla, too? That's not easy to hide. Charm person, Feather Fall, that was the one. If you're falling, then you cast that spell really quick, and then it just kind of eases down how quickly you fall. We've got Jump and Ray of Sickness as well. So those are all of my spells that I have so far. Zap.
So what's going to happen is he's going to get to pick 2 more spells, right? So you can either get a 1 second, you can get 2 second, or you can get a second and a first. So you get to add 2 to your book. Just for leveling up. Okay.
So strategy-wise, if I'm only been able to pick level 1 spell so far, why would I not want to immediately jump to just give me 2 level 2 spells?
Because, like, say there was somebody you really wanted on a lower
in level 1,
in a lower level, so you could be like, oh, well, I was working on this one, at the same time. So, like, because, like, sometimes you get, like, an increased number of castings per day, but you're like, you know what, I need a little extra utility, so you're going to pick a lower level spell.
Just because it's level 2 doesn't mean you need to pick it. You might even want to go back a little bit.
So you can get cool stuff. You can get...
I see the first one on the list. It's called Cloud of Daggers. But that's a warlock spell.
No.
Son of a bitch. That one looked cool.
Oh, you have that too.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Okay, so what the hell is Cloud of Daggers? Tell me more.
That summons a cloud of daggers. So it summons like these whirling blades in this area, and so anything in it is just going to get cut up by blades. It's just going to be like spinning around. Slicing people up. It's a cool spell. It's a neat one. But hold on, there's more. So you also have like Alter Self, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like Change Self. You know how like you disguise self, like you have. Except you can give yourself like actual features. Like you can give yourself gills to breathe underwater, or web hands so you can swim faster.
Kind of like in Harry Potter when they got the Goblet of Fire, when they have to go underneath, and like the one kid put a bubble around his head, the one had a shark's head, and all that fun stuff.
You can actually like make physical changes as opposed to just like illusionary changes.
Can I give myself wings and fly?
No, you can't. They're not strong. It's minor changes. But you could give yourself like
wings are minor,
like a flying squirrel and glide, so you don't fall. You have feather fall for that. But anyway, Arcane Lock, which makes it like a door that really won't open. You seal it with magic. So that happens sometimes. Sometimes you guys come across the door, and like your rogue isn't going to be James, isn't going to be able to open it with his tools because it's actually locked by magic.
So that gives me the ability to unlock.
No, it gives you the ability to lock.
Oh, I lock.
You lock.
Okay.
You would need the opposite of that, which is knock, which is breaks down magic.
Okay.
Spell. Blindness, deafness. You can make someone go blind. Blur makes you hard to see, hard to hit. Cloud of daggers, like you said. Continual flame makes like a light that never goes out.
Okay.
Unless they dispel it with magic. So you can like cast it on like say a rock, and then like put the rock in your bag, and then anytime you need a flashlight, you just go, here's my rock.
But don't I already have?
You have light as the cantrip, But continual flame never ever goes out. Like it never wears off.
Gotcha.
Dark vision lets you see kind of like the Predator sees, like in the Predator movies.
Okay. Do you click when you're doing that one
you have to.
And then you suddenly grow like dreadlocks and stuff. And go,
So you have to.
That was good.
One of my favorite movies ever. Detect thoughts. You can like read the thoughts of people like in a certain area.
That's cool.
Enlarge, make shit grow. And then you can also reduce. You can shrink things.
So like Alice in Wonderland.
Cast it like on Bonar, and make him like get super big and like deal more damage and stuff.
So okay, really on that one. So if you are increasing, like let's say Bonar, who's our half orc barbarian, if you were to increase his size,
he would deal more damage.
And does he deal more damage? And is he able to take Like, do the hit points grow at the same
I don't believe
time?
it's hit points grow.
So it'd be kind of like making Bonar more of a badass.
It would be, yeah. You could do that, or you could like say like some guy is running away with something. You could hit him, and we have to save the crown. Enlarge it to make it like super heavy, so they have a hard time carrying it away. You know, you can do
Kind of like you see in the trailers for Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
When she throws the salt shaker and she zaps it, and all of a sudden it's huge and it blocks the guy from going out the door.
I love
Yeah.
Anyway, then you have like so really cool. It's a flaming sphere. It's this giant ball of fire that you send rolling across the battlefield. It's like picture like a flaming tumbleweed the size of a Volkswagen. That's
Kind of like that.
You also have gentle repose. It makes people look dead.
Okay.
No, that's feigned death. That's different. Gentle repose. I don't know. It's not that important. Gust of wind creates this like huge gust of wind that can like knock stuff over, blow people across. You can use it to like pilot a boat.
Mm-hmm.
You can blow and sail. Not really a boat isn't really going to happen too much around here. In our setting,
that'd be rather interesting if it did.
Old person, you cause someone to go rigid and like freeze and become totally helpless if they fail their save.
Is that? I was gonna say. So is that one where I have to hit him, or is it automatically hit, and then they can roll the save?
Yeah, they have to roll the save.
Okay.
So hold person can be a really good one-shot spell. Like you have spells like that that are like one-shot, like boom. It affects like you take them out of the equation.
Like when Wizbone was trying to get away, I could have
hit him with hold person, and if he would have failed, then he's helpless, and so then you can attack him. You're going to get advantage. Wham, wham, and you're going to kick his butt really, really well. And then of course invisibility. You're invisible.
Mm-hmm.
So things can't see you, so everything gets disadvantage to hit you. You have advantage on all attack. You get advantage on stealth. Like people just have, they can't see you, right? The only way they can detect you is if you make sounds.
Okay.
Or if they like feel the wind. So, but it only lasts until you cast a spell or make an attack.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, you just like invisible. So it's really good defensive spell. Really, really helpful. Levitate. So it's only straight up and down movement.
Mm-hmm. Like you can't actually fly.
Yeah, fly is third level. So locate object. Like say, we really need to find this thing. It'll let you. It'll like be a radar within like a
kind of like in like any of the Spider-Man video games or something.
Mm-hmm.
You want your Spidey sense to go off, and it kind of
it's like a It's like magic sonar.
Everything kind of comes up, and then like whatever you're looking for is glowing red.
Yeah, exactly
like that.
Magic mouth lets you.
I've already got that.
It lets you program something to talk when you're not under certain conditions. So you could do
like the Megan Trainor.
Yeah, she could be like
stand up we have over here.
Like all about that base. You know, like every time someone walks in the room, it's magic. Magic weapon. You enchant a weapon with the power of magic, which is helpful when fighting things that are resistant to like regular damage.
Interesting.
So that's really cool. Melts acid arrow. You summon like this giant spectral bow, and it shoots this bolt of acid that just melting people round over round.
Mm-hmm.
Mirror image makes copies of yourself, making you harder to hit. Misty Step is the ultimate getaway spell, which is what Wizbone did to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you were up close and then all of a sudden you teleported like a short distance.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Misty Step. It's a total defensive spell. You use it as a reaction.
So is it kind of like Dragon Ball Z when Goku would do this thing?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he's somewhere else?
Yeah, but it's not like a long distance teleport. It's just like a short distance. So.
It's enough to get away so that you've got a you got a head start on whoever it is.
And then we have a couple more we'll go over real quick. Phantasmal Force, which is like illusionary damage. Rope Trick, you actually throw a rope up and climb into an extra dimensional pocket.
Keep talking, we're getting complaints, it's hard to hear.
Oh, we're getting complaints. You have Scorching Ray, where you summon bolts of fire to burn people to a crisp. Hard to hear. Pyromancer with an axe. You should totally can.
Hopefully that makes it a little bit easier for everybody to hear. I turned the volume up a little bit again. I think somebody comes in and changes
the presets
goddamn
were changed.
Settings.
See invisibility, of course, which is the opposite of invisibility, to see your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Shatter, which is like sonic vibrations, and you like shoot and explode and like hurt. Shatter's a good area of effect spell. It's probably the best second level spell that'll hit multiple guys at once.
Mm-hmm.
Spider Climb lets you just like Spider-Man,
like that raccoon on the side of the building. Like you can totally do that. Okay.
Yeah, you can do that. Suggestion. It's kind of like Charm Person, but you like magically compel somebody to do something.
Okay.
It's like a short command, like flee, and they're like,
and they just
run off. You know what I mean? And then web, you create this giant spider web to incapacitate a large group. Those are some options.
All right.
I know you were really excited about Cloud of Daggers.
Cloud of Daggers sounded pretty damn dope.
Flaming Spear sounded cool too.
And both of those. So, but I don't want to pick two attack spells.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
that's-
want to
that's-
keep it
Yeah, you want to keep it balanced.
balanced.
You are, both of those are kind of neat because you're an evocation specialist, meaning that you're not gonna, you can shape them around your friend. So like Flaming Sphere, like even if Bonar's like attacking someone, you can just send it right up next to him and not hurt Bonar.
So to specifically attack whoever. Now, can you do that with Cloud of Daggers? Because Cloud of
Cloud
Daggers
of
sounds like
Daggers,
it's more
it just-
difficult
it
because it's
stays
just like
put.
whatever's
So
there.
you pick this area and it just stays there. Whereas Flaming Sphere, actually, you can use your bonus action to move it around, and so it's going to be all, and then, oh, I'm going over here.
Okay. Well, then I think we're going with Flaming Spear.
Okay, so
Or,
we're
Flaming Spear.
Flaming Sphere.
Flaming Spear is going once, and I get 2.
You can,
correctly?
yes, you're going to get to learn, yes, you learn 2, and you can cast 2, which is also kind of cool.
Okay, so Flaming Spear, and I'm guessing another one should either be some sort of a defensive or maybe one of those one-off spells like the what was the one where you freeze the person?
Hold person.
Hold person. I'm kind of
That's a really,
leaning
it's a
towards
good
that
spell.
one
It's
a
really
little
powerful.
bit. What else did we have? And these are the second
You also
level.
had invisibility. You also had the enlarge. You had the magic weapon. You had the locate object. You had mirror image, which is a really good defensive spell. Lure is also a really good defensive spell. Mirror image creates copies of you, and then they have a chance to hit the copy instead of you.
Kind of like Jack in Incredible Street. One of Jack's powers.
I'm way behind on movies.
Think.
I'm barely gonna see Infinity War 2.
Oh, you are gonna go see
Yeah,
it?
after this.
Well, it's well worth it. It's
Yeah.
well worth it.
I binged the last 3 Marvel movies I hadn't seen, which was like Thor, Black Panther, and Spider-Man. Over the weekend, I watched all.
I still haven't seen Spider-Man.
Alright.
But I did finally see Thor that Ragnarok.
Oh, it was awesome.
That's a fantastic movie.
I love
If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
It was super fun.
I'm thinking enlarge.
That would be fun.
It's
also
enlarge
reduced.
and reduce, so you can
shrink
do
or
one or the other. I'm thinking I'm going to go with enlarge or reduce.
Yeah, so you memorize the spell, and then when you cast it, you pick whether you're enlarging or reducing, which is super cool. And then, of course, we are going to be hunting spellbooks as well. So yeah, so you're having their size in all dimensions.
Works great.
It's gonna be
Okay,
super
and so we're getting Bam here in our chat. He's saying that he really wants to try D&D. By all means, head on up to Military Gamer Supply. Justin's out there frequently. Brandon, he's the guy that owns Military Gamer Supply. He's one of the guys that does this Legends of Concordia with us.
Yes.
And what nights do they have D&D out at Military Gamer
They
Supply?
have D&D a lot of nights. They do it Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. See, the thing with it is the challenge is sometimes they have groups that have been going on because it's kind of like a season, like their group has been going on.
Like ours, where it's the, consistent storyline with the same set of people.
Like yesterday, they're doing Curse of Strahd, which is like the gothic horror, or like the horror kind of setting. But they've been going on for a while, so they're in it. Game Vault also has D&D groups as well. Like I know tonight they have a Tier 1, which is like kind of learn to play. So like they're another local store that offers Dungeons and Dragons as well. In the fall semester, I'm going to be starting a Adventurers League game as well. We also do different learn to play D&D events, and if you guys find, I'm building a Facebook group for people who are fans of the show. It's the Legends of Concordia page. It's going to be like on Facebook. It's going to be for people who want to interact with the show, and then we can try and maybe in the future work out demo games for people as we're going on,
and kind of use the same, use the Legends of Concordia setting for these
and then like learn people.
So I would say probably the easiest things for you to do, because I'm new to D&D as well. Like even with the 2 times we've played now, I've only played 4 total times.
Yeah.
But what I would do is we have our videos here on the KLAQ channel where you can go back, and we created 4 different characters. We created. It started with Bonar Growrod. That is our half-orc barbarian. I believe from there it went to, I think, Hespina Patches Paplomovus. She is our gnome cleric. And then it went to Zaisu Dorobo, also known as James.
Or Frank.
Or Frank, or whatever was going by that day. And that was... that would be the elf rogue, and then my character was Boskovar, the wizard, the human wizard. So you can go check out those videos. Justin does a great job of kind of explaining to you this is what you need. Obviously, the big one being
Player's Handbook.
The Player's Handbook is kind of step number 1, because it explains everything in there. And while we're creating the characters, when you're watching the videos, you can go super in depth.
Yes.
I mean, you can we got to the point where we actually had background storylines for our characters where Patches, she grew up in a brothel where she entertained a lot of the guests, and she has this this longtime beef with this character named the Olstein who took down the brothel because being a brothel or anything like that is just your morality is not equivalent to what he believes your morality should be. To Bosco Bar, who I believe one of the storylines that we'll eventually come around to is that I think the wizard had some sort of a medallion or something on it, very similar to Spaceballs, that he hasn't been able to decipher.
The Sports is with you.
Yes. And so we went pretty in depth with some of these storylines because a lot of those are going to be coming back up with Justin's stuff that he's created here for the Legend of Concordia, but that you can also go very kind of cut and dry where you don't necessarily have to roll. You can just start with some standard numbers and go strength, dexterity, constitution, and so on and so forth. And then it also gives you options in the player's handbook where it's like, hey, rather than having to go pick all the different spells or pick all the different things.
Here's a quick build.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of the same thing that you run into now with video game because, hey, guess what? The video game got it from Dungeons & Dragons. So it's one of those scenarios that you can go as in-depth as you want or you can make it as simple as you want.
But if you really want to learn, reach out to Military Gamer Supply through their Facebook page or head down to the store. Iggy's there during the week. Nick Hancock is there during the weekend. Jeremiah, he's the guy who runs the place when Brandon does all his other stuff. Brandon still has his major career. Yeah. So he owns the place. He's not,
jobs.
He's not there as often, but these guys are all reaching out. I know some people were inquiring yesterday even about trying to get D&D set up, Adventurers League set up for Learn to Play. I run events fairly often, as my schedule allows, because I really love teaching people this game. I love at the conventions I try and do it. I try and I'm not going to BorderCon, but we try and have all the games running. But yeah, reach out to those guys. They also know people who are looking for games and looking for groups, and they can help you bridge the gap and find, a random group of 5 or 6 people that are trying to learn how to play, and they can bring it all together. So yeah, go to their Facebook page, Military Gamer Supply, or El Paso RPG and War Games group on Facebook. That's another one where people are looking for groups a lot.
So there's definitely options out there, but I think we would both say that your first step would be just go check out Military Gamer Supply. And there's enough stuff out there that you'd be occupied for a while just looking at all the different games they have. But that would probably be the best way. To just head on out to Military Gamer Supply. I know a couple of the other things that we're going to plan on doing is we may have special guests in Legends of Concordia. If we can rope Buzz into coming in, he could actually be his character, or Joanna, or Lisa, or anybody.
With Buzz and start speeding up stuff.
Yeah, and there's been other people that we've talked to. Outside of the station who have wanted to be involved, and maybe they'll have a guest appearance on an episode of some
come and play with us for a bit, which is totally fine. And the size of our group plays into that because we have 4 players, so adding an extra person doesn't bog it down too much. Because I've seen groups with 12 people, and everything takes a while.
Just realize the more people you have, the more
the longer combat
it might. Oh my god! And then if you end up when we had Wizbone, where everybody's rolling a
everyone's
1,
spaghetti noodle fight.
And every time it was Justin going, "Oh, you missed," or "Oh, they dodged." Look at that. But also, if you want to check them out, if you don't have a Facebook page, you can just go to their website. It's militarygamersupply.com, and all their contact info is right there. It's right there over off of Larry Mahan, real close to the mountains. North of I-10. Which exit do you take off the freeway?
Well, because Hawkins is close, so you're gonna have to take McRae.
It's taking the crate. It's right where they're doing a lot of construction now on I-10. But then again, where are they not doing construction?
Yeah, it's where that nightclub that same street where that nightclub was. It's the Oriental Market. And
Mhm.
it's like the
There's
nightclub.
a Carnitas Carretera.
Yeah,
or
right
if
there.
I said that right, that's right
Yeah,
there. But yeah, so it's right there on Larry Mahan. So just go out there, check it out, and
Yeah,
start
super
talking
fun.
to people about it. Everybody out there is more than willing to, kind of to help you out, and they're more than willing to get you started on D&D.
Something crazy interesting they do on Wednesdays. They do fencing practice.
Oh, yeah!
Because they're a Society of Creative Anachronism hub, which is like the guys who actually like. You'll see them at like El Paso Comic Con. They'll be out there and they'll be fighting with like swords
Yeah.
and armor. They do fencing practice every Wednesday, and they teach people how to like.
And they were
hit you
totally
with a
doing
sword.
that. So when we were doing our like episode 2, it was on a Wednesday, which
Yeah.
this next one will be on a Wednesday
Yeah.
too, probably. And all of a sudden we just noticed, and like it kind of like if you watch the video, you'll notice our attention kind of starts getting drifting outwards because we're in a separate room, but it's glass doors, and so we're sitting there, and it's just these people full on fencing,
Like, hitting each other.
wearing.
Wearing armor is awesome.
So, is there anything else really that we need to do for
That's
level
the main
3
thing for
here?
level 3 is you're getting your second level spells.
And increased hit points.
Increased hit points, and that's pretty much it. Like the second level spells are the super exciting part, which I think you have some good choices in Reduce and Large and Flaming Sphere, which is going to be super fun, sending a giant tumbleweed of death.
That's going to be great.
But yeah, that's what we got, and then we're going to be working towards level 4, of course, and working towards stopping the Death Titan. And
Well, and this is gonna start to be one of those things. So we've now leveled up each time we
Yes.
played, but that doesn't have you don't
No,
level
you
up
slow
every
down.
single time you play, because I mean, like if you ever played video games again, it comes from D&D, where
the experience
you level
point
up very
system.
quickly at the beginning, but then as you play on, you don't increase quite so fast.
Yeah.
So, obviously it's going to be slightly different, but now we are at level 3, and that's how we'll be going into battle to try to defeat this Titan that trying to figure out what the hell's going on there. Again, really quick, if you want to check them out, just head on over to militarygamersupply.com. You can check them out on Facebook if you want to play. They're more than welcome, or they're more than happy to welcome you to D&D and to help you out. And if you've played before and you want to get back into it, by all means, do that as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like I said, I'm there fairly often. I'm there at least 2 or 3 times.
He's
a
there
week.
like 7 days a week.
Usually.
He's lying.
So if you see me there, you can just ask me and I'll answer any questions I can. Like I said, I ran a teaching game like 3 weeks ago for some people who had always wanted to play and never played. It was like a guy and his wife, and I had their 4-year-old be my co-DM, so like it was super fun. But yeah, check it out.
All right, so on that note, we're hoping for July 11th. It's tentative still at this point. Obviously, when we lock it in, we're going to let you guys know more about the official time. But right now, it's looking like July 11th. We're getting a question about producer for the actual episodes, and we had one last time.
Green Eyed Ghost, right?
A big thanks to Green Eyed Ghost. He came out there. He was able to run the cameras and the sound effects for us. I'm not sure if he's able to make the next one, so if by any means
we got to add him to the email.
Wants to produce the show, if you're able to do it, if you know how to run it. And it's fairly simple stuff. I mean, we're not like everything's already set up for you. You just need to have the attention span to be able to switch cameras and play sound effects. But yeah, you can go ahead. You can always email me, Brandon.Coates, that's COATES @townsquaremedia.com. And on that note, big round of applause for Jason, the legendary Dungeon Master of Legends of Concordia. Did I say Jason? Son of a bitch. Justin, legendary Dungeon Master. Now I feel like an asshole because I called him the wrong name. But anyway, so big thanks to Justin here for coming in. And we'll check you guys out July 11th.
Yeah, July 11th. Thanks.